And it's been another swashbuckling season for the Super Ones. Every single point grafted for, every opportunity to impress the talent scouts has been eagerly grasped. And, not surprisingly, with just one championship round remaining after this one, the heat is turned up. And the track here at the PFI, very flat, very fast, 1,040 metres, and most of the action takes place right in the middle. Our action today features Formula A and Formula 100 TKM, both 100cc, and it's Formula A to get us underway. It's their second final, which will determine who wins the overall trophy on the day. It's a full grid of 24 on the warm-up lap. And the top six, number 0, Robert Jenkinson, pole. Simon Short, number 4, second. Justin Edgar, 17, third. Adam Jones, number 8, 4. Graham Melville, number 3, is 5th. And James Wright, number 5, is 6th. On board there with Eddie Mendel, number 13. It's 12 laps of the circuit here. And there they go. Jenkinson holds pole position in the melee of turn 1. That's the hard bit done. One bouncing off the rumble strip. That will confuse 1 or 2. There's someone on the grass. James Wright, number 5, clatters into Adam Jones, number 8. He goes a-mowing, gets back on the track, but that will cost the grid 4-man. Well, an awful lot happened after Robert Jenkinson bounced off the rumble strip. It was Charles Hollings, 22, who took the shortcut. And Mark Walker, and I think that's Chris Cook, 55, grinding to a halt with nowhere to go. Well, all sorts going on lap 1. Costly for some, profitable for others. Oh, and a change at the front, the favourite son of the PFI, number 3, Graham Melville, with scant respect for Jenkinson's lofty championship position or tactics, dumps him into second. And Edgar and Short have gone past Jenkinson also, so suddenly the leader is in 4th position. Well, championship leader he may be, but not the race leader. Panrucker, Short, Wright and Barrett, who trail him in the championship, must stop him winning today if the issue's to continue at Rissington in the final round. First lap time 42.84 is quick. Conditions are almost perfect, so expect the times to get quicker and quicker. Mendel back in 18th, trying to make ground. End of lap 2, 10 to go. Melville, number 3, leads Justin Edgar, 17, and Simon Short, 4. Panrucker, Sexton and Griffin have passed Jenkinson. It's getting worse and worse for the overnight leader. Melville defending from Edgar, but they've left the gap, and Simon Short says, thank you very much. He goes second. And let's take another look at where it all started to go wrong for Jenkinson. And not doing too much wrong there. Melville using the toe, does the deed, and almost takes Edgar with him. Next corner, while Jenkinson plans his counter-punch, Edgar strikes a deadly line, and Short, ever the opportunist, joins in the fun. End of lap 3, the time 42.44 is a fast lap, 42.84 on lap 1, 42.79 on lap 2. The boys mean business. In the points, incidentally, Jenkinson leads on 227, Panrucker 219, Short 203. They're the main contenders. After that, it's Wright with 163, Barrett 157, and Charles 149. They're the outsiders. So race order at the end of lap 3, Melville, Short, Edgar, Panrucker, Griffin up from grid 10, that's a good result. Sexton and Jenkinson down from grid 1, so plenty still could happen here. And the times get better and better as they come in at the end of 4:42.72 is 7/100ths of a second better than lap 3. So that now becomes a fast lap. And Melville still out front, hotly pursued by Short and Edgar. Elsewhere, Daniel Barrett, last on the grid after his ignition exploded in the first final, has picked up 11 places already. Matthew Griffin, grid 10, has picked up 3 places. And Catherine Legg, number 42, also picked up 3 from grid 13. So plenty of racing going on here. Back on board with Eddie Mendel, firmly stuck in 18th, having picked up 2 early places. End of 5, Simon Short takes a toe on Melville and takes a look and takes a lead. The shortcut strikes again. And here comes Panrucker down the inside. side, carving up Edgar. He's third from lowly grid 7th. Jenkinson, meanwhile, suffers on in 7th with sufficient points from Heat 1 to keep his lead overall, I would suspect, but he won't be happy. Lap time 42.7, 200ths of a second quicker again. And once again, this is how Simon Short took the lead for the first time on lap 5 over Graham Melville. 6 laps to go. Melville almost hooked up on Short's rear bumper attacks. Short defends. And that's wide from Short, far too wide. Melville's through, Panrucker's through, Edgar's through, and Simon Short on the grass, mown down comprehensively and moves from 1st to 5th. Well, Simon Short may reflect on that along with his inexplicable spin off the track at Lark Hall in round 2 as the crucial points that could go a long way to costing him the championship. Eddie Mendel still battling away in 18th. At last, just beginning to catch up that breakaway group in front. Leaders, Melville, Panrucker, Edgar, Matthew Griffin, the magnificent 4th there. And Jenkinson has dropped another place, he's 8th. Here's Panrucker, brilliant, outfoxing Graham Melville to lead for the first time in this pulsating final. Every point for Panrucker is priceless. And with Jenkinson suffering, it's a golden opportunity to catch up in the championship. On the other hand, it's Melville's home track, and he doesn't like losing here. The race is far from over. And the moment when Dean Panrucker became the 4th different race leader. End of lap 8, 4 to go, and it's 41.83 this time around. 0.17 of a second, better than the previous best. That was on lap 6. Race order, number 2, Panrucker off grid 7. 3 is Graham Melville off grid 5. 17, Justin Edgar off grid 3 is 3rd. Matthew Griffin off grid 10 is 4th. Simon Short off grid 2 is 5th. James Wright off grid 6 is 6th. Lars Sexton off grid 8 is 7th. And it's 8th for number 0, the championship leader, Robert Jenkinson, off pole. Coming in now, the end of 9, 41.80 seconds is 300ths quicker again. Well, it really is beginning to charge up. But let's catch up on what has been quite a remarkable race for James Wright. Off quite a respectable grid 6, he suddenly found himself 12th halfway on lap 1. From there, it's 9th on lap 2, 8th on lap 3, 8th on lap 4 also, back up to 7th on lap 6, and now 6th on lap 10. And bearing in mind he's taken on some quality players en route, including Jenkinson, that's quite a performance. Just outside the top 6 in the championship, and this might help. And at that 10-2 left for Melville to make his move, and no chance. Panrucker, loads of experience, weaving all over the track in defence of his fragile lead. It's important now for him to stay in front. When the season's totals are added up, every point will be priceless. There's rarely more than 4 or 5 between 1st, 2nd and 3rd. This race may well be the key. And the last lap time, 41.24, an incredible 0.56 of a second, quicker than any other. Eddie Mendel beginning to drop back again as they come in at the end of a lap 11. And here they go for the final time, and Melville almost catching Panrucker off guard. Well, just 2/3 of a lap to go. Graham Melville will want to win on his home ground. Very rarely loses a final here, but he's running out of space, running out of time, goes wide on the outside. But Panrucker defends, side by side, Melville going for the inside again. Oh, and he's clipped Panrucker, and they're all streaming through. Well, Graham Melville went for the gap that wasn't there. It's Justin Edgar who's got away. He's got a lead of around 25 metres, and he will win now round 5 of the Airfoil UK Hillo Salmon Formula A Championship from James Wright, Dean Panrucker and Graham Melville. Well, What a finale that was, and this is what happened. And I think Graham Melville will have to hold his hand up here. There was no room for the challenge. It cost him 2 places, but more importantly, Panrucker paid the same price. So this is how it is with 1 round remaining. Robert Jenkinson let off the hook by all that last lap drama. He's now a very hot favourite indeed to take the title.
I'd sort of settled for third. I knew I wasn't going to pass them two unless something happened to them. And I just seen them sort of battling out. I thought I'll just hang back slightly, and then in the chicane they both collided and they just slipped through into the lead, so I was fairly happy with that.
Last lap, held it a bit tight into the second hairpin, coming into the chicane. We both touched. It weren't really anyone's fault, it was just a racing incident. And James Wright and Justin Edgar both went past, and that was it really. Not a lot else to say.
It's round 5 of the L4 UK Hillhouse Hammond 100 TKM Championship Final 2. Damien Tigwell leads from this man, number 53, Jamie Green. There's 9 laps remaining of what has been a bruising battle so far. Countless overtaking manoeuvres in the top 6. But one has remained aloof from it all, leading from the start of grid 2. Damien Tigwell's day is getting better and better. And so is Harry Sodens, for different reasons, on board with him, fighting his way back from 18th on the grid after a disastrous second heat where he could do no better than 17th. Green there in second. And here's the furious battle for third. Starr in number 43's led it, then Davis, and now it's Granger. But they're all some way behind Tigwell. He's something like 15 metres ahead of Green, and there's a similar distance back to third. Oh, and there's the pack. Anyone's guess who's going to finish up anywhere. And it's 57. Jonathan Davis facing the wrong way. And now Richard Starr in second in the championship joins him on the casualty list. Well, Tigwell will be grateful he's got away for sure. So Harry Soden was behind the melee in 13th, keeping out of trouble, still making progress. Meanwhile, Damien Tigwell plunders on. Really is a stunning performance. Look at that gap. And here's Jonathan Davis taking a nudge from an unknown source. But that was enough. And just out of the picture, the other top driver in trouble. There he is, Richard Starrin. All pointing there to another friendly scrape. And smoke here for number 70, that's Lee Piercy, with the rear fender demolishing his near side tyre. He'll be called in to rectify that. Soden moves up behind 93, Matt Hall. That's up to 10th now, so 2 more valuable places gained. Will get tougher though from here on in. Lee Piercy approaches the pit lane, which he will undoubtedly go down, and he does for repairs. Good boot and a lever will probably do the job. This is a scrap for third now, featuring Langley, Quinlan and Cat, and that's quite interesting. Quinlan started from grid 14, Cat from pole, and Langley 5th. On board with Soden, who goes past Hall as if he's not there, and goes a-mowing. Back on the track, but I wonder what damage. These karts don't take too much of that sort of thing. Leader, Damien Tigwell. And back on the road with Harry Soden. Number 12, Ashley Todd is the next target. He's 8th. So the fight back for Soden continues. 2 laps to go. Tigwell is already on his penultimate orbit. 53 is Jamie Green, who has followed him all the way from lap 3. Our attention, though, turns once again to Harry Soden. Ashley Todd, remember, the next target. Right up behind him now. And Harry Soden was always going to do that. A quite spectacular driving session from him, refusing to give up. Just clipping the rumble strip as he makes his way back with the lead. Just over a minute for Damien Tigwell to survive and record his first ever Super 1 Finals victory. Soden continues his march, nibbling now at David Morris and he might just catch. But he won't catch Tigwell. Around for the final time, the lead now well in excess of 50 metres over Jamie Green. Tigwell started the day with a 7th in Heat 1, converted that to a 3rd in Heat 2, went on to win Heat 3 and established pole 2nd alongside champion-elect Gary Catt. He took the lead then on the first lap of the final and hasn't looked back since. And in fairness, if he had, he wouldn't have seen a great deal. They're all too far away. Really has been a very fine performance indeed. And Damien Tigwell from Maidenhead and Berkshire, after a totally dominant performance, will win round 5 of the Alpol UK Hillhouse Hammond 100 TKM Championship from number 53, Jamie Green. And that's what it means to record your first ever Super 1 victory. And especially sweet when achieved on merit. And that undoubtedly it was. It means the top 6 now look like this. No one had a particularly good day. Catt was best in 4th, and he can virtually watch as the rest battle it out on the final round.
It's been really quick all weekend. I thought if I could get the brake around the outside and just get away, just drove really smoothly and kept concentrating.
Terrific ride,
It was really good. Well pleased. My first win in 10 years of Super 1.
Excellent.
So,
well done.
Great.
A thoroughly nice young man, enjoying a special moment.